Hey, what's up everyone? This is ShadowFox007 and I just want to say welcome back to the next episode of the Far Cry Experience. This is episode 8 and today's topic is actually a continuation of the last topic I discussed. It's the Anoj video and basically where I want to start off or continue would be kind of give an explanation of what I would do in that situation. I never really covered it, and to be quite honest, it's because I really didn't know what I would do, and I still don't. I don't think I fully know what I would do. I know maybe what I would feel, and I don't think anyone would truly know unless you experienced it, what you would do in that situation. You know, we all hope what we would do and how we would react, but until we are feeling those emotions, like I said, we fully don't know. And just knowing myself, I think I would feel a lot of anger, a lot of rage, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, everything. All those anger, negative emotions. And I probably would have similar thoughts that would relate, you know, things that you shouldn't be thinking of. But ultimately, I wouldn't be acting upon them. You know, we all have, I believe, those negative thoughts, those bad thoughts, but we control ourselves. We are civilized and we don't act on them, and I most likely would do the same. Now in the situation as say I walked into my house, my home, and I catch my significant other cheating on me, for sure they're getting kicked out of my place, both parties. That person is not staying over. She no longer, well, for me, she is no longer gonna be allowed to stay at my place. You know, they are ultimately dead to me, and if they want their stuff, it's either going to be trash, garbage, destroyed, whatever. And but I would get all remnants of them out of my life. I believe you really need to sever the tie, which is kind of what the guy did. And but differently, if I went over and, like, say we're dating and I caught my girlfriend or my significant other, you know, cheating in the act, for sure I'm gonna be knocking on that door. Probably not just a simple knock. It'll be a lot of banging and basically kind of getting, hey, this is over, we're done, don't talk to me, don't ever call me, I don't want to hear anything from you, and as your stuff, I am not obligated to get you it back. That was a decision you made, and if you get your stuff back, you get it back. If you get your clothes, you get it back. If not, well, you know, oh well. And you know, they may be broken, they may not, but that's how I think I would react at the end. I wouldn't say it's the highest road, but at the same time, I think it's a realistic road for me. And that's why I said I would never tell someone, oh, take the highest path then. Because I just don't think you can, unless you've experienced it maybe multiple times and you're kind of numb to it. Or you didn't really care for that person in the first place. Then it's like, whatever, I don't care. Move on. But for me, I never would want to be in that position anyway, so that's why I find it hard to actually talk about it, because I would try to do all the things to prevent it from happening in the first place. And I think there are ways to do it, and I mean, we don't really hear a lot from it from the guy's perspective, but I think in any relationship there are very key, how should I say this, key components, key events and feelings that you always get when relationships aren't going well. You know, for example, and I think you need to be cognitive to it. And if you're cognitive and if you're actually looking at it, so guys, use those video game skills that you do your Call of Duty eyes and can see a guy 300 yards away in a little window with a sniper. Use those skills, they help. You know, I think when you're in a relationship, something that's very typical that I've experienced myself, and I'm sharing with you guys, typical things that you used to not really care about. Like, for example, you're like, oh, I want to go get a burger today, and the other person's like, we're gonna get a burger, and you guys have a fight over something so trivial as what you want to eat. Like, oh, you always want to do that, you never want to do things. You start butting heads on simple things, you know, like what time you're gonna wake up, what you're gonna want to do on a weekend, you know, how you put the laundry or how you fold it. Things that are so trivial become these huge things, and when that starts happening, you got to really look at what's going on in your relationship. You know, is that other person wanting to spend time away from you. You know, you no longer want to go every Friday to watch a movie or go get dinner with each other on Fridays or whatever your routine is. Is your routine changing? Start looking at that, because those to me are the signs. I guess that was the word I was looking for. The signs that there might be trouble in your relationship. And like I said, they're very typical. You guys start arguing about random things. You guys don't want to spend time to each other. You get very annoyed very quickly. You're just very agitated. And I felt that in relationships when I knew I fully didn't like this person or quote unquote love that person. Like I said, the infatuation. After 6 months, it dies, and you're like, you just get annoyed by the person. The simple presence of that person gets on your nerves. And that's when you really need to look at it and be honest with yourself. I think that's another key component, because I think a lot of people see these things, but they try to look away. They try to, and I'll be guilty of it. You know, I noticed it, but you try to fight through it. You try to continue. You don't want to give up, or whatever excuse you give. You choose to look away, hoping that it will get better. You know, and I kind of make it like analogy is like a ghost. You close your eyes and you're like, oh, the ghost isn't gonna see me in the scary movie, but they're still fucking in front of you. The problems are still exist there, and you have to approach it as a mature adult. You know, in a relationship, you have to talk to the person. What's going on? You know, why are they always on their cell phone? Who are all these text messages coming from? Why aren't they wanting to spend time with me? And I think if you do that and establish a line of communication with the other person, you either find out that, hey, you guys really just aren't working out, and that's okay. That is what being in relationships is all about: learning what works for you and what doesn't. And sometimes that person just doesn't do it for you, or you don't do it for the other person, and that is fine. Break up. Be mature adults. Don't do what my friends actually called is like the whole monkey technique. Is basically you're gonna stick with this one person and grab on another branch and basically have sex, whatever, cheat on the other person before letting go of the other. Don't do that. I mean, I know it's easier said than done, but you know, that's what people do. You know, that's a typical thing, and if you're in a relationship and you're kind of seeing those trends, you're gonna have to approach it. And yeah, you may have a relationship that ends, but I would say that causes you less pain than finding, like the other guy, your girlfriend or your boyfriend or wife or husband cheating on you. I think yes, it sucks, because, and I would say what sucks the most is not really that person no longer being in your life, but the routine you guys shared. You had a person to go to the movie together. You had a person to go shopping together. You just had a person to listen to you, hopefully. But, you know, like I said, you know, things do end, and you just have to approach it as an adult. And I think that will save you guys, everyone, a lot of trouble in the end. And, well, not trouble, but maybe embarrassment or, you know, pain. And I kind of want to wrap it up with basically, no matter what happens, I mean, you can't ultimately prevent anything. Things do happen, relationships do end, and no matter how it ends or why it ends, the one thing that anyone in a relationship should take away is it should not demean your value. It should not lower your self-esteem, because you are who you are, and that's good. That's what makes you you. But just because you get out of a relationship doesn't mean you're less of a person. It just means you didn't have the right traits that matched with that person. And maybe and it takes time. Everything takes time to find someone that blends with you, that melds with you. But trust me, when you do, those little traits, those flaws, those things that annoyed another person or you got annoyed by from another, they go away. They fade, and it is not difficult. Relationships become very easy. You don't have to, oh, I'm going to try to change. And if you start feeling like you're changing in any relationship, like, oh, I'm going to have to do this so that person is happy, those things are some of those small things that I talked about. Those wear on you, and eventually it will end a relationship and go in the wrong direction. The whole annoying thing that we talked about earlier. But when you have someone that just meshes, that all fades away. You know, you could like complete each other's sentence. You know what that person's thinking, and they know what you're thinking, and you do things for each other, not because you're obligated, but because you truly want to. You and just join their company. You go anything. It's simple stuff. And like I said, you end up eventually getting to that part where you can be bored with that person, where you can do absolutely nothing and yet it's enjoyable. And everything changes. You know, some people can't do that. Some people cannot stay home. But that's what I wanted. That's what I learned in experiences, and everyone does different things. Some people say, hey, I need to travel. I want to travel. I want a buddy to travel with, and that's what they need. But it's all learning experience. But ultimately, no matter what, it's good. Learn from each one, but don't let it demean you. And don't. And the reason I say that is because it's very easy. And when I was younger, I was like, there's no one else for me. You know, I felt low. You feel like shit because your relationship, your routine is in. But as you go on and get those relationships, you'll realize you are who you are. You'll get self-esteem. And that's why I think it's very important, because it'll build you up, build your ego, whatever, and you start learning what you like or don't like. And I think that's very important. And that would be my recommendation. But I want to get off my soapbox, as Forrest Gump says. That's all I gotta say about that, Lieutenant Dan. But for now, this is Shadow Fox signing out, and I'll catch you all later. But enjoy the rest of this and enjoy my little thing. And until the next time, I'll catch you all later. Bye.